Welcome to the IBM Cloud App Management series. My name is Mark Leftwich and I work for IBM SWAT Best Practice team. Today I'm going to show you the required pre-installation steps that you will need to follow to install IBM Cloud Private. ICAM needs to be installed on a container-based platform such as IBM Cloud Private or Red Hat OpenShift. Today I'm going to focus on the IBM Cloud Private side. This is a three-part series. In video 1, I showed you the pre-installation tasks that are required to install ICP. In this video, video 2, I'm going to show you the cluster configuration in the YAML files. I'm going to show you how to set the default admin password, how to update the cluster name, how to set the path to Python, how to set an external IP address if you have more than one NIC, and also how to set the Ansible username and password, which is all again required before you can deploy ICP. In the third video, I will show you the actual deployment of ICP, and I'll also show you how to log into the dashboard. Our first task is to locate the config.yaml file. As in the previous video, I'm using the default path as shown by the command on screen. As you can see, the config.yaml is in this directory, so we need to VAR and open that file. Once in the file, we need to go to the advanced settings section. So if I scroll down, you'll see where the cursor stops. And this is our first task. We're going to set the default user password for logging into ICP. We need to remove the hash from the beginning of the parameter, and then we need to set a password at the end. I'm going to use something nice and simple purely for this tutorial. By default, the password has to be 32 characters long. Now you can change this with a parameter in this file. So if you copy what I'm putting on screen now, this says that the password must have a minimum length of 10 characters. This is good for POC environments. All you have to do is add an extra line under the password we just created and then paste the line in. I'm going to escape just so I don't hit any other characters. Now you have the password set, so we have a short password and the parameter to set a shorter password in place. Next we need to set the cluster name. So I'm going to search for cluster. Now we have located the cluster name parameter, we need to remove the hash from the beginning. That enables the parameter. Now my cluster is the default name during the installation, so for the purpose of this video I'm going to leave this as default. Some people like to name the cluster name the host name of their master node. It's totally up to you. Next we need to give Ansible the path to Python, so we need to go and find the general settings section. If we just scroll down here, you can see it's 2 sections down. What we're going to do is we are going to add another line at the bottom of this section. Now, if you're using Python 2, you can copy the line that I'm putting on screen now. If you're using other versions of Python, you'll have to change the path at the end of this. You can see now we've got the parameter Ansible _Python _interpreter, and I've given it the path to where my Python is. The next step is optional. If you have 2 network interfaces on your ICP machine, you can bind the dashboard to one of those IPs. To do this, you need to locate the cluster _LB _address. By default, it is set to none. I'm going to give mine an IP address so I can access my cluster on a specific NIC. I also need to remove the hash at the beginning of the parameter to enable it. I'm also going to modify the proxy _LB _address parameter. Again, I'm going to remove the hash at the beginning, and then I'm going to give it the same IP address. Now that has been set, when ICP is up and running, you can access the dashboard by going to that IP. The last thing we need to do in this file before we save it is add a Ansible username and password so that the Ansible deployment engine can actually push out the ICP code to all of the nodes we've created. You need to go back to the advanced settings again. Once you've located the advanced settings, you need to scroll down and go to the Ansible username. The first thing we're going to do again is remove the hash. And then we're going to go to the user at the end. And you can call this whatever you like. So I'm going to call this Mark. We then need to go to the line below it. We need to remove the hash so it enables the parameter. And finally, the bottom line. Again, we're going to remove the hash, and then we need to set a password. Again, you can set this to whatever you wish. Once you have changed all the settings that I just have on screen, you are ready to save this file. Be sure to write and quit. You have now completed the pre-configuration of ICP. My advice would be to go back into the file and just check that you haven't made any typos. We've now completed step 2 and video 2 of this procedure of installing ICP. Be sure to check out video 3, which will show the actual deployment and log in to ICP. Thank you for watching this video on IBM Cloud App Management. Be sure to check out all the other videos in the series.